Most people think the companies that win in AI are the most visionary, the ones with bold founders, big ideas, aggressive roadmaps, ambitious promises. But if you look closely at which companies are actually scaling AI into real business operations, a different pattern emerges. The winners aren't the most exciting, they're the most boring. This video is about why AI increasingly rewards companies that prioritize stability, structure, and predictability, and why that changes how opportunity is distributed across the economy. For years, technology rewarded speed, move fast, ship early, break things. That mindset worked when software was isolated, reversible, and cheap to experiment with. But AI changed the cost of mistakes. AI systems don't just sit at the edges of a business. They touch pricing, hiring, credit decisions, fraud detection, customer trust. When AI fails, it doesn't fail quietly, it fails at scale. And that changes who gets to deploy it. As I moved from demos into production environments, companies ran into a new reality. It's not enough for a model to be impressive. It has to be explainable, auditable, secure, compliant, compatible with existing systems. Those requirements don't favour visionary chaos. They favour boring competence. This is why many of the most successful AI deployments today aren't happening at flashy startups. They're happening inside large regulated organisations, banks, insurance firms, logistics companies, healthcare providers, industries where failure is expensive and trust matters. These organisations already have something most startups don't. Processes, controls, governance, clear accountability. That infrastructure may slow innovation, but it makes scaling possible. AI doesn't reward creativity first. It rewards integration. This is also why regulation hasn't slowed AI adoption as much as people expected. It's reshaped it. Rules don't stop AI, they decide who can use it. Companies that already understand compliance can adapt. Companies that don't struggle, no matter how clever their models are. Over time, this creates a quiet sorting effect. AI concentrates where risk is managed, standards are enforced. Systems already exist. Not because regulators want it that way, but because complexity demands it. This has implications far beyond technology. It reshapes careers. Founders who thrive in this environment aren't just visionaries, they're system thinkers. They understand procurement cycles, enterprise sales, risk committees, integration timelines. The skill set shifts from disruption to navigation. For students and early career professionals, this is easy to miss. AI looks like a frontier, but in practice, it behaves more like infrastructure. And infrastructure rewards people who understand how organizations actually work, where decisions get blocked, what slows things down, not just what looks impressive on paper. This also explains why AI hubs don't always align with hype. They cluster in places with strong legal systems, clear data rules, financial stability, institutional trust, because those environments reduce uncertainty, and uncertainty is the enemy of scaled AI. The paradox is that innovation still matters, but it matters inside constraints. The most powerful AI systems today aren't revolutionary in appearance. They quietly improve accuracy, efficiency, risk management. They don't replace humans, they narrow choices. This is where many people misunderstand power. They expect AI to feel dramatic. Instead, it feels administrative. Decisions don't disappear, they move upstream. By the time a human sees the options, the system has already filtered the field. This is why boring companies win. They already think this way. They're used to working within limits, documenting decisions, proving compliance, optimizing for reliability. AI fits naturally into that mindset. Over time, this compounds. Companies that can deploy AI safely gain efficiency. Efficiency frees capital. Capital funds further investment. And soon, the gap between system-ready companies and everyone else widens. Quietly. None of this means startups are doomed, but it does mean the old playbook is incomplete. Vision alone isn't enough. Speed alone isn't enough. The winners understand structure. If you zoom out, this explains a broader shift in the economy. We're moving from an era that rewarded bold disruption to one that rewards controlled execution. Not because ambition disappeared, but because complexity increased. For founders, this changes where opportunity lives. For students, it changes which skills compound. For everyone else, it explains why progress feels slower, but more concentrated. AI didn't flatten the playing field, it raised the bar. And the companies that clear it aren't the loudest. They're the ones that already know how to operate inside systems. If there's a lesson here, it's not to become boring. It's to understand why boring works. Because in a world shaped by AI, the future doesn't belong to whoever moves fastest. It belongs to whoever can move reliably, at scale, without breaking trust. That's why AI rewards boring companies, and why understanding that shift matters, whether you're building, studying, or just trying to keep up.